Hello. This screencast is going to develop a set of trig identities known as the Pythagorean identity. So first, let's take a look at our basic right triangle. We know if we have triangle XYZ with right angle at W, we have side X opposite angle X, side Y opposite angle Y, and side W opposite angle W. And we know by the Pythagorean identity that x squared plus y squared would be equal to w squared. Now let's take that same right triangle and let's put it in the unit circle. When we do that, we know that the triangle will intersect the unit circle at the point x comma y, and that gives us the horizontal length of the triangle as x, the vertical length of the triangle as y, and since we're on the unit circle, we know that the radius, or the hypotenuse, will have a measure of 1. So again, by the Pythagorean theorem, we know that x squared plus y squared would equal 1 squared. Now, if we think about our trig ratios, we know that the cosine of theta is equal to the adjacent side x over the hypotenuse 1. So x is equal to the cosine of theta. And we know that the sine of theta is equal to the opposite side, y, over the hypotenuse of 1. So we know that y is equal to the sine of theta. Through substitution, we can then say that cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta is equal to 1. And this is the first of the Pythagorean identities. Notice, we're going to write cosine squared theta and not cosine theta squared. Cosine squared theta means cosine theta times cosine theta. When we say cosine theta squared, what we're doing is simply squaring the argument, and that is not the same thing as cosine squared theta. So be careful about how you write trig functions raised to powers. Now it's your turn. What I'd like you to do is take our Pythagorean identity, sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1, and I'd like you to see what happens if you divide the entire identity by sine squared. You're going to come up with an equation. And then I would like you to take that Pythagorean identity, and I would like you now to divide through by cosine squared theta and see what happens. Be sure you fill in your work on the worksheet that has been provided for you.